Welcome to the Freedom Culture. Here at the Freedom Culture, we like to discuss current events in the financial sector, this new digital economy, and breaking down blockchain technology in the most understandable terms possible. And right now, like mentioned in my previous videos, we are entering a very exciting and overwhelming time in the market space. We have gold acting crazy, precious metals acting crazy, of course, crypto acting crazy. Stocks are at an all-time high. A lot of economic policies and stuff like that got everything going willy-nilly. And of course, we're in the emergence of tokenization. Hence, we got the stock exchange now with a tokenized securities platform that just released. And yeah, on my channel, I try to guide people on the beginner level that's really new to this, and it's becoming more and more profound that this is the direction that we're going to. So I'd like to meet people at an eye level and bring them, some type of guidance out here. So today we have my man Kyle.
Hello.
Me and Kyle go way back when it comes to this crypto space. We have a lot of experience, a lot of war stories in this area. you know,
Yeah,
so
sadly.
I thought I'd just add him on here and share, would like for him to share what he's been up to, what's his insights on this current market, and also what's his game plan. But first, how are you, Kyle? How you been? What's going on?
Sky is falling. No, I'm doing pretty
Word.
good. Uh, um, I've just been hyper focused on working on myself.
Okay.
Um, and so I have been trading and kind of losing ish by having my addictions take me away, take me away. So yeah, I've been just I had to get myself an actual job, and so I've been using that to kind of help get myself all back because crypto and the war stories they're real. Like it's not for the faint of heart.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. To be honest, this year I've actually been feeling fatigue, you know. Um, and you got to take the edge off. You got to find a way to relax and step back out of the markets and out of the narratives. This year has actually been I've been developing kind of like hopeless thoughts because it's like we've been going through the ringer with XRP and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, to see it down at $1, almost close to $1 again, it's like, yo, fuck you, man. Like it's like,
And if it
but
hits under, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
So I totally get it, man. It's brutal, It's very brutal. So what you've been working on, like how you've been maintaining through the craziness in the markets, knowing what you know, and how did you what could you tell the people?
first of all, don't play with leverage. You'll get wrecked.
Uh-huh. Could you
Uh-huh.
explain that a
Yep.
little bit?
Yeah, so in the crypto market, we have what they're called perpetual futures.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more or less you just borrow from the exchange that you're usually with, and you can go up to like, I don't know, anywhere between 10x on some platforms, all the way up to like 150, even more on some. And it's a quick way to take like a dollar and move it to like $100 real fast by just a little bit of movement. But um, it's oversold. Like the entire economy right now has been over gambling, but over gambleizing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So everything is like turning into gambling.
Yeah.
And so they're always trying to figure out like how to get you in. And so me thinking, okay, I understand, like I can watch the charts all day and I'll be
Hmm.
like, it's gonna go here more than likely, and I think that's a good bet that I'll make, right? And the way crypto goes is boop, 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 boop. And so you get wiped out real fast if you're
Right.
not like being very like careful with your risk.
Hmm.
Um, and so I've been trying to get myself more and more involved with that risk
Okay.
and trying to make sure because it is a good way to speed up your cash flow.
Uh-huh.
But you have to kind of you, you have to be strategic and not go into the gambling side. And
Hmm.
that's where I'm fighting myself is where am I being a strategic trader and where am I gambling? And so my focus for lately has just been to take funds and hide them away.
Hmm.
And usually for like DeFi stuff, anything that's got like time locked staking,
Hmm.
that's usually where I'll usually put it. And then sometimes it's not even going to be in DeFi. So like for XRP, I'll just go ahead and put that in the escrow. And
Okay.
so I don't have to think about it and I'll just put that in for like several years down the road.
Hmm.
So moving time frames of going fast money to long-term money.
Okay.
That's kind of like where I've been shifting from because like when we got involved, it was, and this is probably same thing with a lot of people coming into the space. You
Hmm.
think that like you're gonna make that dollar real quick, and it is possible, very, very, very possible.
Hmm.
You just gotta be lucky on the time.
Right.
And so, usually the statement is time in the market is going to be what's more beneficial.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so I've just been trying to push everything to be more time in the market.
Okay. So to
Yeah.
simplify, when it comes to leverage, so you're, let's say, like you're taking out a loan on your crypto.
No, it's very pretty straightforward in terms of like how it looks for the end user. So for the end user, they'll just put in $10, right?
Hmm.
And let's say the thing that they're trading is worth $1.
Hmm.
So they basically are buying 10 units of that, but they're
Hmm.
not buying it. They're just having a short-term position in it. And because it costs $1, but let's say it's 10x leverage.
Hmm.
So then they could buy 10 tokens of that or 10 units of that. And for that $1, even though $1 is only going to get you one unit.
Right.
And you're just borrowing that from the exchange. Now, on the math side, it's kind of like whenever that price moves,
Hmm.
that's going to basically tell you like, okay, at a certain price point,
Hmm.
you can't borrow from this and you have to close the position. Otherwise, we're going to take all that. Like the
Hmm.
exchange is going to lose the money. So they're
Hmm.
going to force the
Of course.
sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's usually called the liquidation.
Yeah. I've been getting a better understanding with leverage once I started not trading, once I started taking out loans against my crypto because there was a point in time I needed a loan and I had the opportunity to use my crypto as collateral. I was like, this is great. But it was great until this current Bitcoin crash, and I started getting notifications like, "Hey, you got to pay us back, or else you're gonna
Oh yeah.
get liquidated." And the risk with that is losing your seat. Like to simplify, like losing your seat meaning like the seat that I got with Bitcoin is at $17,000. So if they sell like at once it hits like 50, you know, I'm gonna lose my seat, my position from 17,000 or something like that. Like if they sell XRP, my XRP holdings that I got on there, then I'll lose my seat from my dollar cost average at one, and then it'll be
Yeah.
difficult to, you know what I mean? So I
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
sell any cryptos. I'm a guy I'd rather just hold until it gets back up, So
Yeah. So I mean, for the new people, spot trading, which is just buying the token off the exchange, so like Coinbase or wherever you get it from, that's just usually spot trading. So,
yeah,
you're gonna hold that thing, and there's no risk of it liquidating. The only
right.
risk is if that coin goes to zero, and
Hmm.
only if you decide to sell, because you could hold it and it goes to zero, but then maybe the next day it goes to 100.
Right. Yeah, because if you're and then it's as fast as crypto goes, you kind of just don't want to put yourself in that risk and that stress because you know if these exchanges sell for you, you're locking in a loss. Because right now you could be losing right now, but you could be down one week and you're up next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, but if it's sold, then you're locking in the loss, and you're gonna have to scramble for whatever liquidity to buy again. But
Yeah.
yeah, so what have you been working on, like essentially?
Like, what do you mean on?
What projects have you been working on
Oh, like personally or just like crypto space?
overall?
Uh, um, Not too many things. With I got myself the real job. So flipping burgers. Yay. It's the crypto meme.
Exactly.
Um,
You're a
yeah.
living meme.
Uh, but it's not McDonald's and it's not fast food and
You're a
it
living
pays
meme.
way better. Um, but I've been doing a little bit of side work for a what's it, a therapist company in Vegas that
Okay.
deals with kids with autism.
Okay.
So I'm just building an app for them.
Mm,
And then on the side, I've been for trading, I only focus, so this is kind of my personal tip.
mm,
If you decide to trade anything, whether it be spot trading or it be like leverage or whatever, just pick one thing
mm,
and stick to that one thing. So for me, when I first started, was XRP, and
mm,
that was the only thing that I was trading. So every single day, for every single minute of my life, it was just staring at the chart for
right.
XRP. I wouldn't look at anything else other than Bitcoin, but that was, I mean, I should say technically that is the first one was Bitcoin because
Mm,
I never looked at a chart for Bitcoin. I just had like a little price ticker thing in
mm,
a tab, and the title of the tab would update. So if I was on Facebook or YouTube, I can glance at my tabs and see what price Bitcoin was.
mm,
And so I'm like mentally, I'm just keeping track of like how the price is moving.
right.
And so
Okay.
you get this organic feeling when you just stay at one thing
Mm,
and you hone it into it. So for this particular year, a token called Pi came out, and Pi took freaking forever.
mm.
I mean, forever.
You
Now,
talking about
uh,
PI crypto?
yeah, yeah, I'm about to show it. I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
just, and you just click on this little button, and it runs an ad, and uh, then it starts its mining process for a day. And it
Mm,
doesn't really mine anything. It's their version of a lightweight version of Bitcoin.
mm,
And they like had this vision years back,
mm,
and they never actually had the token, and it finally released. So when it finally released with a bunch of like several years of people being involved with it,
mm,
um, you bet your ass everybody was like, "Oh, we want this. We want to get involved with this." So for that, that's giving you volatility
mm,
and liquidity. And with those two particular things, especially the volatility side of things, I was able to actively trade that. And as we got closer towards this little crypto winter section,
Mm,
the activity starts slowing down. So like when it first came out, it was like ranging 20, 30 cents, I think,
uh,
like a day. And then over time, it's now like leveling out to like micro cents a day or
okay.
whatever. So
So you've been trading that?
yeah, I was trading that and doing okay until it started to slow down. The
Mm,
moment it started to slow down, I would get bored because I'm sitting there waiting longer and longer for the plays. And not only that, you get more fake outs of indecision. So it's, why are we going up or are we going down?
mm,
Um, and then with that, because the platform that I was on is MEXC,
mm.
they allow up to 150x leverage, which is insane. Please don't do it. But my drunk butt decided I was going to go ahead and play that game. And
Yeah,
it's just it's not right.
yeah.
So
It's
I
risky.
now recently moved to a new platform called Hyperliquid.
Okay.
And oh my God, that's the play, guys.
What is
Hyperliquid.
hyperliquid in the most simplest form? Like, how would you simplify hyperliquid?
Um, it's a trading platform for perpetual futures.
Mm,
It is not specifically just for crypto, so they do have some stocks, they do have some gold, like metals and stuff like that.
mm,
Um, their focus is hyper liquidity. Um, and I'm not entirely certain what that means, but as I've been playing around for it for about a week, um, things that I've noticed when I open up a trade in a regular account,
mm.
whatever amount that I had in there for that particular trade, that is going to basically be my position in there. And
Okay.
then I can add basically money on the side to basically protect that thing. So it might let's say I'm using the 10x leverage with a dollar being the 1 unit.
Mm,
Um so if we did that, we use $1, and if the price moved up a dollar, we'd basically go 10x our money. But if it moved down a dollar, well, maybe we shouldn't have set the price at a dollar. Maybe we should set it to like $10.
right.
So but if it moved down a dollar,
Uh,
right? Then technically you don't have the money to fulfill that trade, so then it just liquidates you.
uh,
So I know some places kind of do this where like, and this is how they do it, where uh the money that's in there can also help protect the thing and
mm,
make your margins a lot
right.
like yeah. So the the way I just see it is it just allows the flow of money a lot easier in the trades because like they also
Right.
have a thing called the vault system, and in there it's kind of like a crowd-funded portfolio. So
Okay.
let's say you wanted to go ahead and say you're a good trader and you're like, I want people to copy my trades, but like sometimes with copy trading, you might have to set up a bot for
Mm,
that, and then that might be, you know, hard, or you might have to search for you. So like maybe
mm,
nobody knows where to find you, whatever,
right.
right? Like, and so they have to go through like a list of like all these people and they have to find you through that list.
Mm,
And maybe that's a lot of work for people. So here you kind of have one dude, you look for his profile, or you look at the vaults and you look at what they're doing.
uh,
And if you like it, you put your money in there.
right.
And I'm not, this is part because I'm still new to it, so
Yeah.
I might be wrong on this part,
Uh,
but what it looks like is when you put that money in, The thing, I'm not certain if it adds to their positions or if it just gives them the balance, like the
Yeah,
money
it's
to
all
work with.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
because honestly, you kind of got lost me a little bit already with it's really
Sorry.
technical. No, I get it. Like so, like for the audience, like you're a technical guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you're into tech. You're a tech guy.
Yeah.
Into technology, and you're also into technicals. And on my channel, I'm more macrospective, like how we used to say back in the day. You're focused on the details and the trees, and I'm like
Yeah.
picture kind of guy, which is all
Yeah.
important. So,
Oh yeah. You
yeah,
need that vision.
yeah, you need the whole entire picture. The big picture, but you also want the details too.
Yeah.
These things are important. So this is what makes it a good picture, HD quality. You feel me?
Yeah.
But so with that said, like, how do you feel about the current market right now? What's your thoughts, your insights on the market? Because I want to get into your perspective on what's coming up in March. I remember you mentioning some things on
Yeah.
social media about you think we're gonna go down even lower. And I want to hear your forecast.
Yeah. So we follow the moon, I guess.
Okay. All right.
So, um, the ancient Chinese secret is total eclipses. And that has been my guider right now for placements in time.
Weekly chair.
Now you could take this with a grain of salt, or you could go ahead and map them out for yourself and then see what I see. Actually, we'll do it this way.
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
Excuse me,
Send a
I'm gonna sneaky share
request.
too, man. 'Cause I gotta get a
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, and a lot of people probably feel like the moon cycles and stuff like that is a little far out, but this is real technical indicators. Um I mean, they have this indicator in trading view. So I know it seems kind of like spaced out to consider the moon, but that's
Yeah.
where we want our assets to be anyway. So I think it's important to know the
All
position.
right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be very chaotic for a second. So each one of these blue lines that you see, these vertical blue lines,
Hmm.
this represents a halving, a Bitcoin halving. So this is the very first thing to understand
Got 10
is
minutes.
this is what I call a cycle. All right, I'll make it I'll try to make it
Hmm.
fast. So in a cycle, you can we'll just zoom this up into here. The very first one, well, not even, oh, first one way over here. You see it's super small.
Hmm.
And when we get here, this is the very first halving. And then we create a parabolic thing. And then bam, that's the end of the cycle. Simple, easy move. Giant move up, move down, get us back to close to normal. All right, we did the same thing in the second cycle. And look, I have to zoom this out because it's so big. And now look how small this is. So we did giant big move up, drop down, and equalize. All right, next cycle, do it again. Giant move up, drop back down. Actually, this time we didn't quite equalize. We did something different. Actually, we did two things different. We did one thing, a double top, and then we actually broke above our previous highs. We never
Okay.
did that over here.
Uh-huh.
All right. Next thing. So this is where we are at right now. Double top. So now to explain the eclipses and
Hmm.
stuff, um, these dark red lines here,
Okay.
this does not represent the moon or anything. This just represents uh a piece of time. It is, I don't know how long this is, but roughly, if you were to measure this, oh, can
Hmm.
I use it? Will this work? Will this work? Uh, 111 bars. I didn't make these 100% accurate to like a number or anything. 120, 26 bars roughly. This one,
Yeah, because I feel like
129 bars. But you see how they're roughly about the same amount of bars?
uh
All right. Now we look at what does that highlight? It highlights the all-time low basically. So after we get our parabolic top, that's our low. Parabolic top, that's our low.
hmm parabolic
Parabolic
top.
top, that's our low.
Okay.
Parabolic, somewhat of parabolic top because we started it technically before the halving.
Hmm.
Parabolic top. What are the odds that this is going to be the low?
It's likely.
Yep.
So
And then we
you're
go
thinking
ahead.
20,000? No,
No. I have no idea what the volatility is going to be like. So my prediction was about 65K to 55K. It can go as low as like 35K, but I just don't know where the knife finally stops.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of matches with my thesis. Like I feel like how we was talking about liquidation, you know, during these nosedives, we have liquidation events like when people get liquidated that there's a whole bunch of orders, a whole bunch of people that's leveraged, and when they start reaching their liquidation zone, we see a quicker crash down. And
Hmm.
yeah, so this kind of like matches my thesis as well, and I always felt like it would be somewhere in March. And that aligns with your thesis with the Lunar New Year and stuff like that, right?
Oh, well, that was just using time.
Mm-hmm.
These top indicators here, the gray bars are I believe it's lunar, and
Okay.
then or is it solar? I believe it's lunar.
Uh,
Lunar for
eclipse.
bearish and solar for I have to double check, but because it's been a while, I mapped this out like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all I know is the gray basically is bearish, purple,
Mm-hmm.
bullish. I actually find out what this is, March 2nd. So if I go to Google
March 2nd.
March eclipse 2026, it's a lunar.
Yeah.
So yeah, grays are lunars and purples are solars. And it's only the total eclipses, not partials, not any of the other ones. It is just the total eclipses.
Mm-hmm.
And using the same particular things, solar when this eclipse came in, look, we got that bearish or not bullish momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then bearish momentum, bullish momentum, bearish
Right.
momentum, bullish momentum.
And full moon lunars are usually bearish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the severity of how much it impacts the market, I think is like hard to tell.
Right.
on a single one. So, like for example, this gray one here,
Mhm.
even though we have bearish momentum, it's not a huge move. That's what 112 or 109K down to 77K. I guess that's about almost 25%. I guess that's a decent move. But
Okay. Well,
when you have two consecutive ones
mhm.
together, you're gonna get something nastier.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's gonna be nasty.
fun fact though, we got two consecutive purple ones. And everybody's saying the rumor is this is gonna be a mega bull wave.
A mega bull wave.
Yes.
So here I come with my contrarian views. Um, so this is the technicals, and it's a trading game. Like there's super traders that's considering these things, and especially the ones that works in the government and all that stuff. They're this is what's going on, and the narrative that we're getting is different. The narrative is gonna be what people react to and make people have these thoughts in their mind, pressing with their thumbs toward
Epstein.
the sell
Epstein.
button.
Epstein.
And then we got the Epstein situation. So now with Epstein involved here, I feel like the narrative of Bitcoin changes. You know,
Hmm.
I understand like Bitcoin is Bitcoin regardless of what. However, the inclusion and the energy it gets changes a bit with this Epstein situation involved. Like, it's not as clean as it was before. I don't think people. I think people are a little bit more shocked and surprised. I mean, like, there's a lot of insecurities now with this Epstein situation. One of the biggest insecurity that I would have if I was a Bitcoin maxi is if Epstein was the founder of Bitcoin or had something to do with the findings. Like, how much Bitcoin did Epstein have? What happened to his estate of the Bitcoin? Does he have the Satoshi wallet? Like all of these insecurities might come about unless you're just a diehard faith believer.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of skepticism
Mhm.
on his connection and relation to all of this.
Well, we have 1 minute
Um,
left, so I guess like we could try
oh
to
yeah.
make a continuous, and then we go into the narratives after we finish the technical. Since we finished the technical. All right. So, yeah, back at it. We're using the free version of Zoom, so the I had to, get creative here. So, and now we was just covering the technicals and, your brief, if you could like briefly tell me what you're saying about the technicals again. So like with
Oh, more or less, this is everybody's thinking that we're just entering a bear market. This is the end of a bear market.
mm,
So we're waiting for the bottom to come in.
mhm,
Once the bottom comes in, my estimation is that March is the bottom.
mhm,
Um, and it doesn't 100% mean that we're going to be sailing green after that. So the way crypto works is I keep going up and down, up and down. So we're going to have a sideways market more than likely
mhm,
from spring all the way up to summer, more than likely. And
mhm.
if we're lucky, summer will start the game. No idea if it will, but by fall, the game should be started.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, by fall. I'm trying to find some bullish ideas for Bitcoin despite this narrative. I do see Bitcoin probably dropping down to 50,000 like you said. Now the energy for it to pick back up. I would like for you to feed me with some ideas on why. My contrarian views is that the insecurities that people may have, and there's other assets that's out there that's going to kind of take away from. It's Bitcoin is not the coin. It can't be just the whole narrative is before was there's only one coin, but it's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And people may be losing confidence. So at first it was all like a cult, like all super confidence into Bitcoin. But now even the Bitcoin maxis are feeling a little insecure. I'm starting to notice. So by it dropping, I'm having a hard time seeing it going back up to like 250,000. I mean, it going to like 250,000, a million, how people perceive.
Yeah. Um, I never know what the narrative is gonna be. Because I'm so stuck in the technicals, there's a thing, like a saying is that price will come before narrative. And if you can read the technicals, then basically when price arrives, you're never really surprised. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, I kind of saw that the market was going to do that. I had no idea what it was. So every time that happens, and then someone tells me, oh, it's because of such and such, I'm like, wow, crazy how that aligns,
Mm-hmm.
how all of a sudden the story aligns up with the technicals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I never know. Um, I can only guess what some of the catalysts could be. We know that crypto is tethered to, or correlated, I should say, to the stock market. Um, and a lot of analysts do think that the stock market's going to do good.
Mm-hmm.
So if that does good, then in proxy, we might do good.
Uh-huh.
Um, the Trump tariffs, we haven't really seen the fruits of that, and it'll take some time to see the fruits. But um, if we do genuinely see those, that would be really good because then that basically puts the U.S. economy in a really good position.
Mm-hmm.
And when the U.S. economy is in a good position, at least like from a perspective wise, then
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is going to rally in with that and just throw money. Um, the other thing I was thinking about is like maybe I'm not, and this is like wishful thinking, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, but is on like maybe another stimulus check.
Okay.
Because that's kind of how it was ramped up in the other market, was it 2016
Mm-hmm.
or wherever COVID was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that got heavily amplified by stimulus.
But do you think people will still go there when it comes to like if they have the stimulus check, and do you think Bitcoin is still sexy to invest into despite this up
Only for the ultra rich.
for the ultra rich? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they would want to like they don't necessarily care about going and gaining like 1,000%. Like that sounds really great, and they would love that for sure, but that's not like their end goal. Their end goal is to take whatever giant amounts of capital they got and keep it. They don't want to see it go down. So basically, if all the big players are like, hey, we're just gonna sink all our money into it, it'll never go down.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the idea, I think, for Bitcoin's future. I don't think it's going to be anything that's like right now is very hard for someone to get super wealthy off of Bitcoin with
Mm-hmm.
very little capital.
Right.
If they
Exactly.
had a decent amount of capital, then they can easily get rich off of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why things like altcoins are more attractive for people like you and I because we don't have giant bags.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to take whatever we got and grow it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see Bitcoin as could be like useful as some type of financial tool at like collateral for some type of products, and I guess it's like a little piece outside of the traditional financial system, literally acting like digital gold in a way, maybe like a piece of gold in the digital sphere. Um, However, I don't see it actually thriving until it's off the foundation that's initially in, because we still have the tether situation going on. That's
Yeah.
and the owner of Tether is in mentioned a lot in the Epstein files too. So it's like I'm wondering how that might,
Mm.
you know, how that might come out. Um, we still have a lot of things that we're not sure of, and people seem to be okay with just not being sure. I don't see how you can leverage, take out a mortgage for Bitcoin and you don't even know the foundation. You don't know like what else that you don't know the Satoshi wallet. There's a lot of dormant accounts that's selling Bitcoin. All of these things are coming to fruition. So there's a lot of uncertainty. However, once things get cleaned up in the crypto atmosphere, I feel like Bitcoin would somehow go on the XRP ledger, in a way. I know that
I mean,
sounds
tech
crazy, but
on
I feel like,
I think on a technical it is. I think there's like a kind of like a stable coin, but not like I don't know.
right now, what ledger is it on?
Well, it'd be on the XRPL
Like right
of
now,
for
Bitcoin is
oh,
sliding
Bitcoin's
on
on its
to,
own.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, and that ledger is not really, it's not really efficient. I mean, because like it still takes a while to for things to transact.
Yeah.
Um, it's still expensive. The whole mining situation is not eco-friendly. I honestly feel like they're gonna turn all of those mining centers into AI data spaces. I see that as possible. I see a need for that more than mining. You know,
Yeah.
um, I feel like
The
computers,
the the AI people are eating up all of the GPUs and RAM.
right?
Uh, it's only a matter of time before computers themselves is a luxury item.
Yeah, I see that. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing it. A lot of software developers are saying the same thing, that computers are about to be really expensive.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The price of RAM is went dramatically high. So, and most of the time we just rely on the GPUs.
Mhm.
That, but they found a way that wasn't enough, and they're just like, fuck it. We need more, and it's not as efficient, but we need more. So we'll just take it all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for people like me and you, and the audience, I feel like the altcoins is the place to be. Um, I don't even know. Like, of course, if you can afford it, buy some Bitcoin. But I honestly, not financial advice and not confident suggestion at all. To me, I don't know. Even in the technicals, how does this coin go up to? Because it's a hype coin to me. And I don't want to sound so bearish because I already know that I'm probably gonna get some comments. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, right now it's like it the Bitcoin is thriving off of speculation right now. So
I mean, most of them are. Only a handful have utilization, but even through the utilization, everything is still speculative.
now,
So.
I beg to differ with XRP. I beg to differ with
Well,
XRM and
they're they're still speculative and they still have their utility, right? But like the banks that like any of the banks that would if they happen to be using the Ripple suite network the stuff, um they don't necessarily care what the price is because the functionality of it is just to move units of value from point A to point B in the fastest amount of time.
Mhm.
So as long as the price discrepancy doesn't have a lot of volatility, that's the only thing. So
Mhm.
they don't like the volatility, I would say. So
Yeah,
speculation is fine, volatility not so much.
yeah. Like I feel like the speculation will happen, when things are inflated, like the like when the FOMO comes in, and because when people start seeing the prices going up, more people are gonna jump in, and that's gonna cause the price to go up even more. You know,
Yeah.
and that's like it's up. How more up could it go? Because the institutions, the European Union and the IMF and all these institutions, when they buy up their the coins for their products to, for the new financial system, for things to transact smoothly, the modernization of American bank accounts, and for all of the tokenization of all assets that Larry Fink is going on a world tour telling people about. When they buy the tools to make this happen, that's going to structurally make the price levitate from where it is right now. It's going to bring a big platform. And then from there, I think it's going to be speculation between, you know, how far up could it go, you know? You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But Bitcoin, like the foundation is speculative. Like we don't really know the bottom. Are institutions still buying this, or is it, I don't know, like could it be treated like XMR? The way I feel like with XMR, like even if it gets regulated, it still has a use case because it's a privacy coin. However,
Yeah.
Bitcoin is not a privacy coin, it's an open ledger. You can
Yeah.
open it up,
Yeah.
see what's going on
Yeah,
there.
with that one, I always find it fun to watch people argue about it being like used for the criminal activity, and then people use up the argument that you just brought up, and it's like, but it's open,
Right.
and it's the only anonymity is that address. But once you hit anything that's a centralized unit that will unmask it, it's game over.
Right.
So I think only that's why I think it's just for those rich people to keep their money because they just want to protect their shit. So if they just keep on getting all the other rich people to invest into it, it's kind of like a Ponzi thing, but no one's exiting really. They're just holding.
Uh, mm,
That's that's gonna be my guess as to how it gets to like $1 million.
Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Mm.
I do think it'll get to 1 million,
Yeah, okay.
but not probably not in our lifetime.
Mm. It's really interesting, man. Honestly, I'm completely opposite. And look, I'm all love, peace, and hair grease, but I think Bitcoin should be worth a bit, like a penny. Like I should, I think, like maybe it has some use case. I mean, you got some fast food restaurants that's offering $5 Bitcoin to you know, when they buy a meal, you get like $5 worth of Bitcoin. What's the name of that fast food place? Name of the fast food place that offers Bitcoin per meal? Uh, Steak and Shack, the fast food chain, offering
Oh,
$5 Bitcoin for purchasing a Bitcoin meal, a Bitcoin steak burger. So something that's valuable that's gonna go up to $1 million being given away at a fast food chain. It to me, I have this idea that this is a way to get people involved, get more people into the digital atmosphere, and it's kind of like a, you got some Bitcoin, you got some change,
yeah.
and you can exchange and or play with. So like people aren't entirely left out of the ecosystem. So
They
like
wanna
well,
they wanna keep you entertained. They don't want you to feel like, oh, hey, this one thing is just for them. They're like, it's yours. It's your not really, but it's yours.
yeah.
Enjoy the $5. Wink, wink.
Exactly, to get them in, get them hyped. But it's like giving out winning lottery tickets, something that's gonna go be worth $1 million these days. I if you see what I'm saying when I say like
Yeah.
it could be worth a lot less, but it could also have a use case in a way to get people, you know, digitally involved, having some type of piece of leverage, digital leverage, like a welfare, like digital welfare, some Bitcoin,
Oh yeah.
you know.
It might be coming. It might be there sooner than we think.
So you have um maximum optimism. I have maximum.
I still think it goes to zero too.
Yeah,
I
I
think
got a
it
lot of
goes to a
stuff.
million and then it goes to zero.
A billion and then zero?
Well, a million and then zero.
Yeah, not a billion. A million
Yeah.
and then zero.
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's just a fun cosmic joke. Cause cause like traditionally crypto does 70 to 90% corrections.
Mhm.
So if it goes to a million and it does a 90% correction, that puts it around 100K. And even though it's 100K, people are still going to treat that as zero.
That is crazy. I think zero now by probably 25,000 or 35,000 around there this year maybe. Macrospectively, I don't know what's gonna get it back up, but then you still have the tether bomb. You still have other things to consider that could drop it all the way down. There's so many other ideas.
If for maybe the tether one, I'm gonna just put my gambling hat on and say I'm going to lock that in for 2028.
2028. Yes, I'm with
Yeah.
you on that. I think my whole macrospective is that September 2028, Trump is on his way out his term, and that's when he's going to collapse the. I mean, not him specifically, but he's
Yeah.
kind of like the pin that's holding it together right now.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, as soon as we remove that Jenga block, that's when the bubble will burst and the stock market. And with the stock market bursting, like you said, it's connected to Bitcoin. Um, Bitcoin would drop, and then we have that money will go into dollars, and we have stable coins, and that's where we get into the whole Dracarian energy, like CBDCs and
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Well, and that perfectly lines up with their what was it 2030
hmm
agenda,
yeah.
and we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Yeah, we're almost there, man. So my idea, my game plan is just to get rich, off of these cryptos. Everybody's talking about, oh, gold's going up, silver. Oh, you get some silver, all this stuff. Man, I don't got it like that to be worried about silver. I'm trying to get paid off of crypto fast, then using that liquidity, using those profits, getting some precious metals, real estate, owning business, and stuff like that. And then that way, every revenue is, people I get paid in stable coins. That's cool. I get paid in central bank digital currencies. That's cool. But I have these financial vehicles that can that I have some type of
Yeah,
source of income from. But that's my plan. How about you?
it's fairly close. Um, I'm just locking everything in time.
Mm-hmm.
Younger me was more focused on trying to get it fast and quick,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do it. It's tedious and a lot of luck based if you're not putting in like all the research of like for example, the latest trend was meme coins.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have went to pump.fun and spent $5 there and turned that $5 into like 100 grand.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. Many people have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, would you?
Yeah.
And the probability is pretty stacked against you. I mean, unless you decide to do some um, rug pulling, that's fast cash, but not good for the karmic soul.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's also trade-offs on where do you want to make that money or how fast do you want to make it. Um, and so younger me was more focused on like, okay, maybe I try to find the next meme coin or whatever. You get burnt out. You get some winners, but you get burnt out. And so now it's like every time I've had a coin or something, I would have a decent stack of it, and then something in life kind of makes me tap into that too early,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't get to grow. And as we watched with the chart on the technicals, every cycle you see that exponential growth, and that cycle is roughly about 4 years. So
Right.
in order to see true growth, you need to hold for at least a bare minimum of 4 to 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, now knowing this and trying to play it better, locking things into DeFi. Um, I've been playing around with an app called Sweatcoin,
Okay.
and I've been on that for like years. And they're similar to Pi, where finally released a token. And when I first got it, I think I was walking with them for like 3 years or 4 years
Mm-hmm.
prior, and that translated into like $60.
Mm-hmm.
And all it was is just me having the app and me walking.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. It's a step tracker.
Yeah.
And then over as we were watching in this particular market, I watched that $60 go down to 30. And then I watched it go down to like 15. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a bunch of this, lock it up, and not think about it until like 2 years down the road.
Yeah.
Now they have it a year, and so it also generates interest, and
Oh, there you go.
um
There you go.
so basically I'm getting paid about a cent or 2 cents a day
Mm-hmm.
off of that app, and then another app not crypto related, but
Yeah.
it's called Atlas Earth,
Uh,
and I'm making about 60 cents a day on that one.
nice.
Then with and then like I'm moving like all I'm trying to do is try to make all these passive things, even
Right.
though they're like a few cents,
Mhm.
I'm trying to grow them so then they become so like this thing will become $1 every day, and this one will be like $5 every day, and this one will be $2 every day, and
Hey, man,
have each of these pots grow.
it's way better than savings account. You know, the savings account,
Yeah,
typical savings account is only giving you like 1% on your money. You're making,
yeah,
you're maximizing interest. And that's
yeah.
likewise, like on the short term, I'm trying to be more active with my money. You know, I'm a holder. I believe in holding, but I feel like there's a aspect of being more active and trying to just get profits. And I'm also looking into meme coins as well. Usually I'm against meme coins, but there's this guy that I plan on interviewing. This my man on TikTok. I know him from TikTok. He's a really good dude. He promotes a lot of good videos, a lot of good insights, and he's bullish on fuzzy, and that's on the XRP ledger. So I plan on
Mm.
interviewing him in the next video,
Oh,
interviewing
heck
him
yeah.
on this fuzzy. Yeah, seeing his insights, and I'm
I
feeling
gotta,
good about it because it's on the XRP ledger. I'm a maxi, I guess. I'm not a maxi because I would sell shit at a XRP if I have to, but once I make my profits.
yeah.
you know, it's just
I definitely love the Solana meme coins, but
mm,
like I want to see the meme coin action
yeah.
on something else. And
Yeah,
XRP sounds like it deserves it.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm very curious to hear that after you interview it,
Yeah, for sure,
interview
man.
him.
But hey, Kyle, it's a pleasure, man. We covered a lot. We covered some good stuff.
Hmm.
And I would like to bring you on again to like really kick, really shoot the breeze about what's going on. I feel like we could share some really interesting perspectives on the market. I plan on making more long form content like this, and putting together. It could be like a little podcast, and just sharing ideas. I feel like could be helpful. But
Heck yeah.
Kyle, always a pleasure. It's good to see you again, man. I'm glad everything's going good,
Likewise.
bro. And
Likewise.
I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I'll see you later.
All right, man. You have a good one. Thank you.